Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial is going to be an affordable New Year's Eve look. I'm going to show you guys how to create this look right here. When I was thinking of New Year's Eve makeup looks, I really was just kind of thinking of what I personally would want to wear this year. And last year I did something kind of more like smoky, grungy, and today I just wanted to create something that kind of welcomes 2018 with open arms. And so of course I had to do some warm tones in there, but I also had to include some glitter and a neutral lip. I don't know, it's just like a glamorous New Year's version of my normal makeup that I absolutely love. So I hope you guys like this look. This is what I'm going to be showing you guys how to create today. So before we get into the tutorial, as always, please join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Come on board. I post 3 times a week, so you don't want to miss out. And if you really don't want to miss out on each video that I post, join the notification squad. You can just hit the little bell after you subscribe, and that'll mean you'll be notified each time I post. So with that being said, if you guys want to see how I got this glowy, the hair on the back, whoops. But if you guys want to see how I got this glowy, bronzy makeup look that's perfect for New Year's Eve, in my opinion, then just keep watching. Alright, so I just did my brows off camera. I did my drugstore brow routine, but this time I used the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Shape and Fill Pencil in the shade Brunette. I tend to usually use the blonde shade, but I've been liking the brunette shade as well, and then I carved it out with the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Concealer. As always, I use this no matter what brow product I'm using. If you want to see my drugstore brow routine, I will post it in the description box down below so you guys can check that out. So let's move on to the eyes first. I'm actually going to keep out that same concealer, and we are going to just draw a nice little line across the eyes. I'm really excited to do this makeup look. I don't know. I wanted to do something that is festive and glamorous and affordable all at the same time, but wearable and still represents me well. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. So I'm just blending this out with a beauty blender just to kind of cancel out any discoloration on the lids, and it really helps the eyeshadows that we apply show up a little more true to color. So next I'm going to take my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This is the transparent powder, and I'm just going to take some of that on a brush and pat this over top of the concealer, and this will just give our eyelids a really nice powdery finish for the eyeshadows to glide over. For eyeshadows today, we're going to be going into the Kathleen Lights x ColourPop Dream Street eyeshadow palette. This is beautiful, and I'm really excited to dip into it again. I'm going to be starting off mixing these 2 shades, Shooting Star and Magical. A little bit more of Magical, the oranger shade, the orangier shade. Is that a word? I don't know. And we are just going to start to buff this into the crease. This will be our transition shade. I just kind of wanted to do something warm toned for New Year's. Is that weird? I don't know. I think last year I did something more like purpley and vampy, and a lot of people tend to do that with like silvers and stuff because that's like New Year's, but I don't know. I just wanted to like do something warm and pretty, but just a little bit more glamorous. So we're doing some warm tones on the eyes, my friends. My personal favorite. You might as well celebrate the new year wearing some makeup that is flattering, that you love, so I'm just sticking to what I love. I'm just really making sure to buff out the colors toward the end of the brow. This eyeshadow palette is so pretty, you guys. Did any of you get this for Christmas? If you did, that's kind of fun because you could maybe recreate this look. Let me know if you purchased it or got it as a gift this year, and if you guys would like to keep seeing more tutorials using this palette, let me know. So next I'm going to take this shade right here called Potion. This is kind of going to be our main base shade. It's a really gorgeous terracotta kind of red color, and I'm going to be applying this all over the lid, starting at the base of the lashes, all across the eyelid. And then we're just going to start to blend that upward a little bit. And I'm starting in layers. I'm just going to kind of pack the color on, and then as I move up and as the brush gets less and less product on it, then you can start to kind of blend it into the crease. The goal is to kind of create like an ombre from the lash line up. Now I'm just taking a clean brush and running this over the crease just to make sure everything is blended. So next I'm going to go into this shade right here called Elfish, and I'm going to be using this shade to kind of deepen up the outer portion of the eye. So I like to kind of stamp it on the outer third, and then using circular motions I kind of buff it up to the outer V of the eye. And then once the brush has a little bit less product, I'd like to drag it into the crease a little further. And I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm just adding layers because I do kind of want this outer portion to be nice and dark to give the eyes some dimension. So now I'm going to pull out an old favorite of mine. A lot of you guys probably own this. It's so popular here on YouTube. It's the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Millionaire. And I thought that this looks so gorgeous on top of this terracotta shade. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm just going to take some on my finger and start to just press this on the eyelid. I like it because it kind of has some gold, kind of has some red glitter in it. So it really looks pretty over that color of eyeshadow. And I'm just taking this and really lightly pressing it on the eyelid. I still want some of the eyeshadow underneath to show through, but I obviously want it to be really New Year's-y. So I'm trying to add like as many layers as I can without covering up the base color too much. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on the entire eyelid. Most of it I want focused kind of in this inner corner, but I am going to drag what's left to the outer portion. Isn't that so pretty? It's been a long time since I've used this. So next I'm gonna actually take this gold shade right here called Sweet Dreams, and I'm gonna take that on my finger as well. This is the prettiest light gold shade, and I want just a little extra pop in the center of the lid. So I'm going to start to press that down the center. It's kind of like a halo eye, but kind of not. I just want the center of the lid to be super reflective. Just adds something. It adds a little bit more gold. I love it. So this is what we're gonna do. So just press that shade in the center of the lid, right in the middle of the eye, like right where your pupil is. And then I'm going to kind of lightly sweep right in the crease, so the glitter doesn't go up too high. We have that gorgeous gold center in the lid. I'm going to be taking the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Call Me. I actually think I used this in last year's New Year's Eve tutorial, but it's a great eyeliner and I think it'll look really gorgeous with this look. It's kind of like a plummy brown. I'm just trying to get the edge a little bit more sharp on my hand, but I'm going to take this and I'm just going to smudge this between the lashes. Just because I am going to be wearing false lashes, I want some definition at the lash line so that the false lashes are a little bit more disguised, but I'm still keeping it super close to the lash line. So now we're going to take a makeup wipe and clean up any glitter that fell out. We had a little bit of glitter fall out down here. I'm just going to clean this up and kind of sharpen up the edges here. All right, for skin, I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Prime Hydrate and Smooth Primer. I really have been liking this. I actually haven't really paid too close attention to how it makes my makeup last or look throughout the day, but I love how it makes my foundation apply over top. It just feels really nice. It's kind of more lotion-like, which I like for a primer, and I feel like foundations really sit well on top of hydrating primers for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this all over the skin. For foundation today, I'm gonna be mixing the two L'Oreal Infallible foundations, the Pro Matte and the Pro Glow. I'm gonna combine the two for a perfect natural finish. The shade I have in the Pro Matte is 102 and in the Pro Glow is 202. So I'm just gonna give this a good mix, 50-50 on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to kind of apply a little bit all over the skin, and I'm going to take my Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush and start to blend this out all over the skin. Don't forget to blend down the neck and a little bit on the ears if you are wearing your hair up like me. So now I'm going to take what's left on the hand with my beauty blender, and I'm going to use this to really press the foundation into the skin. I took just a little bit more of the Pro Matte foundation alone to try to see if I can get a little more coverage on that blemish there. All right, so for concealer under the eyes, I'm going to be using, if I can get it out, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I'm going to be mixing shades Fair and Light. Starting with light, I'm going to kind of draw a triangle under the eye area and a little down the chin, basically down the entire center of the face as well. I'm going to go in with the fair shade, kind of pat this right on top of the light shade. I really like these two colors mixed together. And then I'm just going to take my beauty blender again and blend all of this out. So for under the eye area, I'm just going to go ahead and set the concealer with the NYX HD Professional, where did I see that? Oh, it does say that on there. The NYX HD Finishing Powder in the shade Banana. This is so fabulous for under the eye area, and I'm taking a really good amount on this BH Cosmetics brush and kind of packing it under the under eye area. Look how much it brightens it. I just love this stuff. And it's New Year's Eve. We're gonna kind of do a little bake so that our makeup really lasts all night. I'm gonna set the chin with this, the upper lip area, and of course, the forehead. And then I'm also gonna take a good amount of that powder and set right down the center of the nose. I normally do not go this ham with the bakeage, but it is New Year's Eve, my friends. While we're powdering, I'm just gonna go ahead and use that same brush and go into the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. And with this, I'm just going to kind of press it on all the other areas of the face that we didn't set yet. I like to set my entire face, especially like the cheek area for me, because that's where a lot of my blemishes are, and so I like to make sure that that is locked down and that my foundation won't come off in that area. So I'm just gonna let that powder sit for a second. Let's bronze the skin though. While we wait, I wanted to use, where did I put it? Oh, I've been using it this whole time for a mirror. I'm gonna use the Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade 05 Soleil. This is so pretty, you guys. It's more of like a shimmery kind of bronzer. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush with this and start to build it up around the perimeters of the skin, kind of getting it into the hairline a little bit, a little along the jawline and down the neck. And now I'm just going to brush off the extra powder from the banana powder that we used and just kind of blend the bronzer with the highlight. So we will come finish up the skin in just a minute. I'm gonna go back to the eyes though. We're gonna do like the exact same thing that we did on the top lid. So I'm just gonna be mixing these two shades first, and I'm just going to buff this on the lower lash line. And don't be afraid to kind of drag the eyeshadow a little bit further down than usual. It just makes it look so, I don't know, luxurious. I don't know what the word is. I personally love buffing out eyeshadow on the lower lash line. I think it looks amazing and it kind of completes the look. Next, I'm gonna be taking that red shade that we put all over the top lid, tap off the extras, and I'm buffing this across the entire lower lash line, just like we put it on the entire top lid. This eyeshadow color is so pretty. And then let's go into that dark brown shade. I'm just gonna use the same brush, and I'm going to buff it on the outer third of the lower lash line, again connecting it up to the top shadows here. Now I'm going to take the Millionaire ColourPop eyeshadow, the Super Shock shadow. I'm just going to get a little bit of that on a brush and tap off the extra. And I'm going to kind of just press this on the lower lash line to try to get a little bit of glitter across the lower lash line as well. We're going all out. We're going real festive this year. I'm not going to pack it on as much as I did on the top lash line, but I do want it pretty glittery. Oh! I just touched my face with it. Then we're going to go back into the ColourPop palette and take this shade, which is the shade that we used to really highlight the center of the top lid. And I'm just going to mimic that on the lower lash line. While we're at it, I'm going to take some more of that gold shade, and I want this to be my inner corner highlight. So I'm just going to brush that in the inner corner. It just gives such a pretty golden effect. Let's pop on some mascara, and then we can see if we want to add anything else. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. This is incredible, you guys. But I'm just gonna put 2 coats on the top and bottom lashes. So it is New Year's Eve, so I want to kind of add a little more volume to the lashes. That mascara does so much for my lashes, so I'm not gonna have to do too much, but I wanna add a little bit of individual lashes. These are just from Ardell. These are the Double Up single lashes, and they are knot free, which doesn't mean that you have to spend money on it, but they don't have like knots, like K-N-O-T, knot free. So I'm just going to apply some short ones on the inner corner and then flare them out with the mediums. This pack comes with both short and medium. So I'm going to apply this off camera. I do have a video where I show you guys how to apply these if you're curious, and I will link that down below, but I'm just going to apply these really quickly so we can move on ahead with the tutorial. So I'll be right back. Whew, that took me forever. So my lashes are now on. I'm just removing the glue off the back of my hand. And now we can go into the rest of the face. So for blush, where did I put the blush? For blush, I'm gonna go into this Flower Beauty blush in the shade Sweet Pea. It's just a gorgeous blush that works with so many different looks. So I love to use this, and it's affordable, so it's fabulous. I just like to smile, kind of press this on the apples of the cheeks. For highlighter, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighters. I'm going to be mixing both Champagne and Pearl. I'm going to do a little bit more of Champagne just because I like this whole gold situation going on. So I'm going to kind of mix the two. And I'm kind of mixing them on the back of my hand first. And then I'm just going to apply them on the high points of the face. Just with my finger. I like to apply these with my finger. They kind of are like a cream to powder formula, so they actually blend over powders really nicely, but they almost feel like a ColourPop Super Shock shadow right out of the pan. Just applying some down the center of the nose, as well as on the Cupid's bow, and a little bit right above the brows. I'm just going to remove the foundation off my lips. And for lips, I'm going to be combining 2 of the Physicians Formula liquid lipsticks. Now, one of them, the sticker fell off, and I found it on my sweatpants just now, so I think this is the right shade. I will link the right shades down below, but I think this is Nutritious. And then this one is All Natural Nude. I'm going to be mixing them using Nutritious as like kind of my base, and then All Natural Nude in just the center. I've loved doing this recently. It just adds like dimension, and it adds a little something extra. It makes you look like you tried really hard when really it's just an optical illusion. It makes your lips look really full as well. So I'm going to apply this one first. And before that one dries down, I'm going to put the other one in the center. and with my finger, just kind of pat it out. So to set the face, I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Insta Ready Setting Spray. Woo! Locking it in. And to set the brows, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. Mine is in the shade Soft Brown. I use a really light hand on this and just brush it through the brows. And it just sets them and fills them and adds even more volume. So there you have it, you guys. That completes this affordable New Year's Eve bronzy glam. I love how it turned out, you guys. This is totally me. This is totally how I want to look on New Year's Eve. Just like myself, but a little bit glowier and a little bit bronzier and a little bit more glam. I think it's perfect for 2018. I hope you guys like this tutorial. Please tag me in any photos of your recreations if you do end up recreating something like this for New Year's Eve, or just tag me in your New Year's Eve photos so I can see your makeup looks. I would love to see what you guys end up creating for New Year's. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I seriously am so grateful for each and every one of you. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!